2014 journal entry. I realized as I began reaching up to the higher realms to connect with Mom that there are an abundance of spiritual resources that are available to me and to everyone. And that's when I began connecting with my spirit guides, both the ones that I have met before and the ones that I was just now beginning to meet. The main thing that I use my guides for at this point in time is for my own spiritual growth and development. My first spirit guide appeared to me in 1985. I remember vividly, I was spending the night downstairs on the couch in my mother's home. In the middle of the night, I thought that I woke up because I could see the room around me, and standing there in front of the fireplace was this amazing man that I had never seen before. He resembled a Viking. He didn't have any kind of hat on or horns or anything like that, but he had this incredible outfit on with this leather, I want to say skirt, but it really wasn't a skirt. He had something underneath it as well. But I remember looking at it. The first thing I said was, "Who are you?" And he gave me his name. And I looked at him and noticed that there were so many intricate details, like the rivets that were holding the leather on this skirt-like apparel that he had on, made of brass, I think, because I knew I was looking at something that wasn't a costume, and it certainly wasn't something from my modern day reality. He was a large, magnificent creature and was just so loving. There wasn't 1 ounce of fear on my part or a sense of feeling threatened or concerned in any way. When I woke up that morning, because I went back to sleep after this encounter, I woke up the next morning and had breakfast with my mother and told her about this incredible visit that I had, and she said, "Oh, well, that's your guide." And the minute I heard that, I just thought, okay, yeah, I like that. That's my guide. Well, later that day, the two of us were driving to an appointment together, and we had to go about 30 or 40 miles north on the freeway, and something odd happened on the road where there was this very sudden stopping going on. There wasn't an accident, but there was just all of a sudden something taking place that caused all the cars around us to just suddenly stop. And so we had to stop as well. And I remember that it was very suddenly, and our car went into a spin. And I remember it almost in slow motion, but being turned so that by the time we stopped, we were facing the wrong direction on the freeway, looking at oncoming cars coming to us. And the cars were going around us. The cars, instead of coming up behind us and colliding, just worked their way around very easily. Everything just sort of fell into place. Now, this is really unusual for a Los Angeles freeway to have things work out that way, but somehow everything just went around us and gave us the time to restart the engine, put it in gear, and completely turn the car around 180 degrees to be once again facing the proper direction, and then driving on our way. And we said, that was your guide. He was right there with us, protecting us. So after we caught our breath and gave our thanks of gratitude, I have always remembered the power and the special connection of having my protector guide with me. Several years later, in 2002, again, I was sleeping, and in the middle of my sleep, a beautiful presence came into my room and told me her name. She brought me great comfort, and it was at a time where I really needed emotional support. and guidance to just stay on track and not give up and keep my spirits up. And her presence was extremely comforting, and the love that came from her was also something that I really needed, and it meant a lot to me. One thing that I was surprised to learn in my recent pursuits is that there are so many different types of guides. In addition to the protector guide that I had come to know so well, there is the gatekeeper guide, there's the ascended master, who's sort of the overseer of all the guides. There is the joy guide, the chemist, and the doctor healer guide. There's also the spiritual advisor guide. So many different forms of light and energy that are available. So I think of them as my family of guides. When I enter into my sacred space in my meditation, I call forth my family of guides. And the thing that I feel the most from them is love. I just feel this really intense love. I never feel lonely, I never feel bored, and I never feel depressed. And that is a blessing. I am really only on the beginning of this relationship with this family of guides. Now I've come to a much more complete understanding of how this connection works. If you're watching this video and you're someone who has not made contact with your guides, just know that you have a guide who loves you and cares about you very much and who wants to help you. And the wonderful thing is, all you really have to do is ask, and they'll be there for you. I'm going to sign off for now. There's so much more to talk about. I'm learning something new just about every day, and I will catch you on the next one. Until then, bye-bye.